Okay, I'm just going to give you guys an example of what my little exercise looks like when I do it. I'm gonna do this before I play, hopefully every time before I play, and I'm not gonna play right after this because I gotta take a phone call, but I'm gonna try the R99 and the carbon. Again, I'm gonna show you. I'll try to explain everything as I go. So the main thing again is to just get used to the soft motion, and you're kind of taking this in theory that you're not trying to memorize the recoil, you're just trying to get used to how it feels to how much movement is needed to keep your reticle on the target, right? How much effort should be needed, because too much effort means you overextend, right? Too little effort and you just get this. So how much effort is actually needed? And it's not a lot, and you can have kind of a universal idea on how much strength is needed to keep your bullets on target, right? So that's my first example, so I can remember how that feels, right? So I know that I don't have to drag it down quite a lot, right? To keep it relatively on target. You keep going until you feel like you get a nice idea on how that feels. And the reason why this is pretty much a decent small exercise to do is because this is kind of, you will be shooting people at this range, but you're not exactly trying to one clip them, right? But when you are in a comfortable range where you're like, okay, this is a comfortable range to shoot a guy in, you know that if he's like aiming back at you, you don't need that much strength to control the recoil, because you've done this 1,000 times before. So it's gonna be quite easy to, especially if he isn't moving, to get a decent amount of damage in, right? And if he is moving, whatever your tracking skill normally is at, you're not gonna interfere your tracking ability too much with, you know, subconsciously trying to control that recoil. So even if you know, okay, it's not, I'm not gonna make too big of adjustments, and this is kind of in the back of your head, and it seemed to have worked for me, right? Because even like I can fight that recoil quite a bit and maybe get better results. But the main thing is when I'm in a pressured situation and someone jumps out on me, even when they're close range and they're just aiming at me, sometimes I overextend because I feel like the recoil throwing my aim off is, and then the pressure of the situation makes me kind of feel like, oh no, I need to put it back. And then when I try and put it back on, it throws it off even more. And then I have a complete mess and hit very little of my shots. Whereas now, if it comes off, I know, oh, it's just a gentle motion to put it back where it needs to be. And once it's on again, I'm comfortable, right? So that's why come in here, and it might sound silly to just stand still and shoot another bot standing still. But the reason why these bots are so good is because their hitboxes are still relatively small. Their hitboxes are a lot smaller than these things here and these things here. So it's a very, very good little exercise to do. And again, definitely be happy with only taking about half the health from this distance with no barrel mod, no only the extended mag. And again, really pay attention to your wrist, your arm, whatever you're doing. Notice how much motion is needed with the sensitivity you have, because when you go into a match and that guy is like, you know, shooting your teammate and you've got a clear sight, like you know, here's a cool thing. So if you shoot someone from an angle and they're strafing left and right, to you they're kind of still, you know, and you can still miss these shots because you're kind of just, you know, all over the place, when really if you can come here and, you know, get some mileage out of this exercise, as long as you stay composed and calm, it should translate to your matches. It's definitely translating to mine. Again, my tracking, improving your tracking is going to take a different mindset, but when it comes to just staying calm and using these weapons in Apex, this exercise definitely helped me. I'll do a couple more.
Open up shop and shut them down.
I know, like, these tips, they're not gonna change your game like overnight, but they do help. It's what's been working for me. I don't think I am tricking myself. I do feel like I'm getting better overall. Look at that. Last one. Ooh. Alright, that's it.